It is a problem, and it's going to get worse, by the way, because the universities are forced to make these horrible cutbacks, so classes are only going to get bigger. So there are things we can try and do more of as professors, and I've learned from other people. So one of the things that I've learned from other colleagues is to make myself available after class in different ways. So I have, just regular office hours, but I also have, you probably know, I have that coffee hour in Suzzallo, and have folks feel free to drop in whenever they want, like to that coffee hour, which is more like an hour and a half or 2 hours sometimes. But those are just opportunities for a limited number of students in a class of 500 students. So in a smaller classroom, the teacher could deal with some confused expectations by always being there to answer more follow-up questions, where you can't do that in a giant class. So you have to be really clear about what's expected, where the resources are, how students can get more information if they want. Well, first of all, of course, you're dealing with a variety of student abilities and levels of preparation. My 500 student class is primarily designed for freshman students, and yet it generally enrolls over 100 or so juniors and seniors, and those students know a lot of academic vocabulary already, and also have a fairly well-established sense of where they're going in terms of their intellectual training. Whereas the freshmen are coming in and they have no vocabulary down, they're not used to some of the ways college works. So that's a huge challenge, to deal with that range of not just ability, but really range of levels of preparation. And I do try and keep people interested in different ways. I mean, I try humor, I try, more crazy things like singing occasionally, but you can't do that all the time. You have to work on the substance as well. Preparation, if the professor's done the job right, they know exactly what they're meant to read before coming to class, and they kind of take away from their own ability to engage with the lectures and the other opportunities for evaluation if they're not preparing. So that's kind of a no-brainer.
I have a large lecture right now, but my teacher, he has like an attached microphone, and so what he does is he just walks through the class. He'll even go to the back of the class while he's lecturing, and so in that way he'll come within 5 or 10 feet of almost every student in the class during the time. And so if you're not paying attention, he keeps you engaged by kind of like addressing your area sometimes. Also, he has a lot of guest lecturers who have like experienced certain things firsthand, so they're pretty interesting to listen to.
Some experiences I've had, I guess, are just finding ways to interact with the people that are around you, and like okay, the teacher will say something and he or she suggests you talk to your neighbor about the issue, and then maybe even will ask the audience for participation. Yeah, I had a professor. He was the most energetic guy I think I've ever come across. Just walking into the audience, talking to people, like kind of making people almost uncomfortable, like forcing like an uncomfortable situation just to get a rise out of them and the classroom as a whole. And it was just a rise.